Hello YouTube, this is what I have to introduce as a first for me. This is a series of vlogs with my thoughts and stuff, whatever comes out in there. I apologise for the crappy quality of my webcam, seeing as I plan to upgrade it net after Christmas anyway, once I've got enough funds to actually do so. But for now, a shitty webcam's all you've got. Now, I'm going to start off nice and simple. I was listening to Queensryche's Operation Mindcrime today. Now, that kind of got me thinking about concept albums. A concept album is an album that basically tells a story the whole way through the album. For instance, this, I don't know if you can see that, but Wasp's Crimson Idol. Other examples include Tommy by The Who, American Idiot by Green Day, Seventh Son of the Seventh Son by Iron Maiden, Nostradamus by Judas Priest, which documents, which isn't really a concept album because all the songs are kind of so loosely written around a theme. I find it hard to call it a concept album. Churasas's Varangian Way, which is now which I quite enjoy, judging from the Churasas shit. So, and I was kind of thinking today about concept albums and why some concept albums really click for me and others just don't. For instance, Operation Mindcrime, for instance, that doesn't really, it's an interesting concept. It's very 1984 Brave New World-ish sort of style, but it doesn't really grab my attention the whole way through. Some things do. I mean, Crimson Idol does, but that's kind of because all the songs are good, and not only that, I can kind of work out in my head what's going on. Not just because there's a 15-16 minute epilogue at the end of the album, kind of talking about the entire story from start to finish, from Jonathan's rise to stardom to his rock and roll suicide at the end of the album. But the story really flows and it's really easy to understand. It's not like American Idiot, which is an album I do love and I do get the story, but first time I'm listening, the first few times, I wasn't really sure of what was going on, because they introduced Jesus of the American Idiot first time. Second track, they introduce him as Jesus of Suburbia. Then he goes off, goes somewhere, makes friends, lose them all, and then he's alone, he's alienated, and then he's just sitting around for a while until he meets Saint Jimmy, who introduces him to everybody else, and then it kind of goes from there. But like, it's a complicated album because I had to actually I had to Google what the story actually was to work out what the story was, which is something I don't normally have to do. Normally I can just pick up a concept album and kind of get the story. Seventh Son of the Seventh Son's kind of similar to American Idiot, seeing as it's about a prophet who warns a village about their incoming demise and they all ignore him. Usual post-apocalyptic stuff there. But that album is kind of like Nostradamus in a way, because it's so loosely connected to each other. For instance, if I didn't know it was a concept album, I wouldn't have guessed, simply because the only tracks I can kind of see linking are the Clairvoyant and Only the Good Die Young, which are the very last two tracks on the album. Only the Good Die Young starting, my favourite lyric of all time. The demon in your mind will rape you in your bed at night. Okay. Other concept albums though that I vastly enjoy is this one, which is Devin Townsend's Ziltoid the Omniscient. Now he's making a sequel to that album, called Z Squared, which I eagerly await. And I had the honour of attending a guitar clinic Devin was actually leading, and he was answering some questions about Z Squared and Epicloud, the upcoming two Devin Townsend albums. And the progress on them is good, but you're still thinking of characters and stuff for Ziltoid 2. But back to Ziltoid 1. Now, Ziltoid is an album which I really like. Why? Because it's mental. I mean, the thought that an alien attacks Earth because they feed him a substandard cup of coffee. It's bizarre, you know, but the concept really makes sense. Probably because it's broken up by interludes with the characters speaking. It's like the Evian album, which I can't remember the name of, but it features the character being in a coma after a car crash and having several different characters meet him, and he's wondering if it's in his imagination or if it's his reality or if it's his subconscious. And Devin Townsend plays Death on that album, but he had to write his own lyrics for it because he was saying at the clinic that he doesn't like singing other people's lyrics. It's like the Steve Vai album he did, the Sex and Religion album. He was saying that he had a lot of problems with Steve Vai's lyrics, not because they were Steve Vai's lyrics, just because he doesn't like to sing other people's lyrics. But this video log's gone on way too long. It's already 7 minutes long. I'm gonna stop before I bore you all and make you all kind of fall asleep and die. Any thoughts? Don't hesitate to comment below, and if you fancy it, subscribe. I always subscribe back, simply because if somebody subscribes you, I guess it's kind of like a respect thing to subscribe to them, even if you have little to no communication with that person. It's kind of like you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, rather than you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back, you stick a knife in mine. It's not like that. But yeah, 8 minutes 30 seconds, it's gone way too long. This is my first vlog. I'm tired, I'm gonna head to bed. I might do one tomorrow, seeing what the general response is, but I'll see you guys later, right?